Okay, so I've seen this trend going around and I'm ready to expose myself by telling you how much it costs to look like me. Spoiler alert, pre-pandemic, it was a whopping $7,630. Do I have regrets? Yes.
Ready with me as I go over all the procedures and treatments I got done in 2024. All right, let's start with the obvious, Botox. I'll do it once before summer and then once before the holidays. I've done 2 vials of Sculptra and I kind of fan out the Sculptra.
I really think a lot of people are confused on what beauty services are a luxury versus what's a necessity. And I struggle to figure out like where in the timeline of life we figured out that in your 20s you need nails and feet, hair, lashes, waxes, all done on a schedule every 2 weeks.
High maintenance beauty routines are absolutely out of control and the main reason why you're broke. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the past couple of episodes, we have fallen down the rabbit hole of beauty care and skincare routines. And I'm starting to notice a pattern, this misconception that everybody needs to have extremely high maintenance routines that are honestly draining your wallet. And there are definitely alternatives and ways to reduce your overall spending and cost, whether on a monthly or weekly basis, by just doing some of this stuff at home or not at all. Now, if you guys have an expensive beauty maintenance routine, let me know what it is down in the comments below, and make sure to share your tips and tricks down below, as I'm sure we would all like to know and benefit and kind of help each other out, as that's the main purpose of this channel. Otherwise, let's get right into today's episode.
All right, y'all, come with me to get my maintenance done for the week, and I'll also be sharing the prices of what it costs here in Dallas, Texas.
There's the Starbucks, right on cue, beautifully done.
Starting off strong with a Starbucks, heading into something that I absolutely dread, which is my monthly wax. I go every 4 weeks, I get a full Brazilian that costs $72. Now I'm heading in to my nail appointment. I go to Aura Nail Salon located in Allen, Texas. They do an incredible job. This is the set I went in with. I had this on for about 3 weeks. I was definitely due for a new set and a new shape. I did get an M for my boyfriend's birthday month. That set cost me $102. Now I'm heading into higher level skin and beauty. This is where I'm gonna get a half syringe.
$400 for lip filler? Oh my gosh.
Of lip filler.
It's that expensive? I am so out of touch with beauty, the beauty industry, but that is unbelievable. Like, to cost that much money, and the fact that people pay it is unbelievable to me. Like, you think that they're actually getting this stuff for $400? It probably costs them like $40, $30.
Go to the injector, Adriana. She does amazing. This is my before, and then this is my after. Obviously, I'm a little bit swollen. That cost me $400. Now I'm heading back to the same nail salon in Allen to get a pedicure. I did go ahead and go with this light pink pastel color. I'm not even going to show y'all my toes because it's terrible. This salon does come with a complimentary drink, and then I did upgrade to a higher pedicure. Nothing crazy, only cost $45. And then this is the after right here, turned out great. Now I'm heading in to get my box color. Y'all do not judge, but I find when I do my own hair, I like it better. Each box is only $10, so $20 total. This is the before of my hair, and then this is while it's setting, and then directly after, totaling for $639 for the week.
Oh my God, $639 for the week. Now, obviously, this is not every week. Some of those things that she said were like monthly things that she does, like her wax and so on and so forth here, which I would have thought that because it's a wax, it would last longer than 4 weeks. But I like how the only thing she did right there was like hair. And that tells you, because I'm sure we're going to see other women here that get their hair professionally done and spend hundreds of dollars on it. But it's nice to know that, look, you can do this stuff at home. The products are right there. A lot of this stuff you can do yourself. I've made episodes on haircuts for men. Back in the day, I used to get a $5 haircut, then it went to $10, $15, $13, or $13, and then $20. Now we're at like $40 a haircut, which is insane. And I haven't gotten a haircut professionally done in about, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 years now. It's honestly a luxury at this point. It used to be just something that you do every maybe 3 to 4 weeks for me, and they insist on every 2 weeks, but I can't afford that. That's insane. Every 2 weeks to get a haircut. But we've made episodes on that, the haircut insanity stuff for men. And if you haven't seen that, I highly recommend you check that video out. And we also talk about women too, so it's definitely worth a good watch here. But it's crazy to me how she then threw in like, oh, it's a drink. I get a drink for my pedicure. Like it comes with it. It brings back like dealership vibes when they end up swindling and taking full advantage of you, charging you an arm and a leg, thousands of dollars of work, maintenance work, $1,000 for brake pads and blah, 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 blah. And then they go, well, here's a complimentary beverage, a complimentary coffee. Here's some chips at the waiting area, the lobby, and you think, I've seen videos on it where the people think they're all bougie in their Mercedes because they get their Mercedes labeled water when they're literally getting screwed by the service center, charging you an immense amount of money, more than what it would cost to normally get that stuff. And people are just in their own little world, delusional as always, not realizing that they're getting fully taken advantage of.
Ready with me as I go over all the procedures and treatments I got done in 2024. All right, let's start with the obvious, Botox. I do my 11s, my forehead, and my crows twice a year. I'll do it once before summer and then once before the holidays. I'll also do
$1,500 for Botox? Oh, we got a lot to talk about.
trapezius Botox, and I'll do that about twice a year
What's
as well.
that, here?
I usually do my masseter Botox about twice a year as well,
Here?
but I've only done it once this year. I'm actually kind of letting them grow out a bit. I've done 2 vials of Sculptra, and I kind of fan out the Sculptra.
Sorry, I don't want to keep interrupting. I'm really trying not to interrupt videos, but how do we let our masseters grow out at what is she, 28, 35 years old? How does this grow out? That makes no sense to me. Like what? How, maybe the Botox is going to change shape or something, but you're done growing. It's not going to get bigger. What are you going to use, the Jawser size thing in your mouth?
Between my temples, my mid-face, but I really focus on my smile lines. I've been doing NAD injections, and I'll do a vial a month. I dissolved some of my lip and then added a half syringe back in. 1.5 syringes between my cheeks and my chin.
God.
2 Moxie treatments. 3 vampire facials with PRP injections under my eyes. 1 CO2 laser treatment underneath my eyes. Lastly,
I need a
always
total.
at the end of the year, I like to do either heavy duty laser or a chemical peel. So for New Year's, I'm going to do the Cosmetic chemical peel. That way I will have fresh new skin for the new year.
Fresh new skin for the new year? What are you going to shed a layer? You're not a chameleon. This is unbelievable. Please, 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 somebody go back and tally all that up. I gather it's going to be a yearly total, but if you want to break it down into something else, feel free. Give me a monthly and a yearly total, because that was thousands of dollars. Where are you getting the money to afford this? That's my first comment. We're talking what? $8,000, $10,000 a year on a high maintenance beauty routine? That's insane. And here's my other problem with this whole market. And we've made videos in the past exposing the beauty industry that a lot of this stuff is being marketed to women from men. The owners, the people that run a lot of these companies, the CEO and the board execs of these major beauty industries and beauty companies are ran by men that spend millions of dollars on market research to engineers and scientists to study the female brain and the female anatomy, and they will get away with trying to convince women that they need to do all of this. We've made a society that also promotes women's beauty. And I understand that's the currency for women. I get it. We have to just face reality and be a realist here. But my big issue with a lot of this is they figured out, we need to find a way to charge women on things that are perishable. You know what I'm saying? One-time use stuff. I mean, this Botox and lip filler stuff, once you're on it, I don't think you can come off of it. You have to keep doing this stuff. I mean, she's literally getting her lips dissolved and then re-adding the same stuff back in. It's insane. Yeah, that's the big thing that I have cut out of my spending. as a guy, and I really didn't have many, but like monthly subscriptions, and let's call it a subscription service, but to be getting these things that expire is insane because your nails grow out and then you have to get it done again. Your toes grow out, then you get it done again. Your hair grows longer, then you have to get it done again. The Botox, the lip filler, the eyelashes, the makeup, they all are like consumable things. It's not like you're buying anything that's an investment. I mean, yeah, do I have some expenses like everyone? Gas that, you know, you have to keep doing, groceries, the main stuff, but I try to buy things that I can at least have for a very long time. I know as a man, maybe I don't fully understand it. I get it, but I don't want to focus on that part. But when I buy tools, I buy them because I get to have them for my lifetime and I get to keep using them, and they inevitably will save me money in the long run versus if I just went to the dealer or a mechanic and had them do my oil change every single time. Instead of me spending now $40 or $50 for a men's haircut for 30 minutes, which is insane, I spent $40 4 years ago and bought myself my own hair trimmer and my own thing that goes around my neck and my own hair cutters. Spent maybe $60 total on all of it. And my girlfriend, after a couple of times, now does my hair and it looks amazing, in my opinion. Even if I got 80% or 60% of the same quality as a barber, it's fine. It's free. I've probably saved thousands of dollars in the past 4 or 5 years on haircuts alone. And I don't care. My hair grows back. So to be spending an arm and a leg on it makes no sense to me.
Okay, so I've seen this trend going around and I'm ready to expose myself by telling you how much it costs to look like me. Spoiler alert, pre-pandemic, it was a whopping $7,630. Do I have regrets? Yes. Let's start with the regrets. Skincare, I was overspending. I could tell you which steps you should budget and splurge on now that I've worked in the industry.
This is mad.
Lash lift, don't need it, have my own routine. And haircut and color, that was okay, but I've not gotten my haircut done in over a year and I think my hair looks pretty good. Now, the other things were my gym membership, way too high even for LA, and maybe I didn't need to get as many pedicures. Let's talk about the things I recommend. Eyebrows, I actually have my eyebrows microbladed. No regrets. It actually changed the symmetry of my face. I can make more videos on this. I also don't regret getting a facial every now and again, but 4 times a year is a little much. And my teeth cleaning. Dental is expensive, just prevention is key. I also don't regret my annual visit to the dermatologist. This is so important.
And you know what's even more insane than spending thousands of dollars on your beauty maintenance routine? It's that more than 70% of you that watch these videos aren't actually subscribed to the channel. Let me remind you that subscribing to the channel is completely free. It doesn't cost a dime. There's no strings attached. There's no hidden marketing scheme here going on. All it does is let me know that you guys like seeing videos like this and that I should keep making videos like this. So if it's not too much to ask, then definitely just give it a little tap down below, as it does greatly help the channel. Otherwise, let's keep going. You know what's crazy? $2,400 a month to the gym is not a typical gym membership by any means. Most gyms, I mean, Planet Fitness, which you can get a very good, gym workout in, could be like, what, $15 a month, $10 a month. LA Fitness, $40, $50 a month, which is still a quarter of the price. You're spending $2,400 a month. That's either some sort of special Pilates class, Equinox, or Lifetime Fitness. And they're charging you that's $200 a month on a gym membership. Is absolutely insane. So it's got to be one of those hot yoga classes or something bougie and superficial like LA. That's the only thing I can think of.
I really think a lot of people are confused on what beauty services are a luxury versus what's a necessity. I just saw this TikTok, and I'm not going to stitch it because the girl was not having a good time and I don't want to pile onto that. But basically she was saying that Miami is super expensive, especially because of how much more beauty services cost. She was saying like you got to get your nails done, hair done, lashes, wax, all this stuff adds up. Lashes can be $200. And I struggle to figure out like where in the timeline of life we figured out that in your 20s you need nails and feet, hair, lashes, waxes, all done on a schedule every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be rude, but like, who do you think you are? Like, you're not Big Lotto. You don't need everything done that much.
Certainly.
And then people will talk about how the cost of living is so expensive, and it is, but you're spending like $1,000 on beauty maintenance a month. One thing about me, my hair will stay done, But everything else is really a nice to have. I've been wearing press-on nails for over 4 years now, and people have always thought that I get my nails done. I have done the DIY lashes, but I have never paid no $200 to get my lashes done.
Right.
Because how would I save money if I was spending that much money on beauty maintenance? Bah, I'm trying to make a point. And so I think if you're feeling like things are too expensive, which they are, a helpful step would be to like audit all of the services that you're getting and ask yourself like, do I really need this? Does this really make a difference to me? Or is this just a nice to have? Because the nice to haves will keep you from what you need to have, which is a savings.
Yeah, it's because to me, it's like, unless you're like an A-list celebrity or somebody that is constantly on film or on camera, like an actor that needs their hair done all the time, it doesn't, like, what are you doing it for? You know what I'm saying? Like, at least they have a semi-excuse as to constantly be needing to look good because their image is their business. You know what I'm saying? But if you are like customer service on a phone and work in your house, why would you need to be getting all done up like that? And the crazy thing too is it's like, it's unrealistic. I would like to think that there's only a select few women out there that can afford to do stuff like this. It's either you're in your 20s and still live at home, so all of the necessities are being covered by someone, grandparents or parents, because if you have rent or a mortgage and children and, I don't know, a car payment and all these other groceries and all these other expenses, you cannot afford these luxuries. They're not necessities. Don't get them twisted here. To some, maybe they are more than others. I understand. You already attacked me about, certain women's hair wanting to be to look a certain way, different than their own. Anyways, moving forward, I do want to read a couple of your guys' comments from previous episodes here on the channel. If you want to get featured in the next episode, definitely make sure to drop a comment or a story down below. But from Z's World 3371 says, FYI, when you are in your teen and in your 20s wasting money on skin products, it's the biggest scam of the world. Edit, only if you have acne, consulting skin specialist. Okay, but changing diet will improve that skin right back up. It's like how we want to always wear best clothes to look pretty. Our skin needs best food and hydration to feel and look and stay healthy. It's the biggest part of our body. Yeah, I think a lot of this is just that marketing men have convinced women to need all this stuff, and then it happens to be a fortune. I've never seen prices like that for work, especially like non-medically covered work. Like all this stuff is cosmetic, so it doesn't get covered by insurance. It's not a necessity. It's not healthcare. Botox is not healthcare for the vast majority of people. I've heard the whole migraine thing, but again, I think that's the vast minority, and the overwhelming majority of people use it for cosmetic reasons. So it's crazy how much money there is and how much money women spend on it. Honey says, as a woman, hair is a more a necessity than luxury because of how people perceive us and the opportunities that are available. I agree. I'm not going to be one-sided here. I have figured out ways to save by learning and how to do my hair myself and only going to the salon for trims and cuts. I've gone for cheaper skin care and makeup temporarily until finances are better. And that's my big point too, is like if you have to decide between putting food on your table and getting your hair done, it shouldn't be too hard to think about. And I'm not saying restrict all the pleasures of life. No, go get your hair done if that's what makes you feel good, but budget for it and understand it doesn't have to be done at the overpriced salon or crazy expensive salon down the block. You can also do this at home, and you can find savvy ways, coupons, discounts, finding a friend that's in makeup school or beauty school, and have them do it for you, and find savvy ways of saving money. And that's the main point here, is don't just walk so blindly through life thinking that these are prices and that's it. Someone says, I agree. It's definitely a necessity because it's tied to how society is going to treat you. I have learned how to braid my hair myself, so I'd say I'm still glad I am saving on going to the hairdresser every 2 months or so. I'm living from home with 5 younger siblings while going to technical college. I cut my own hair, never eat out or eat food outside the home. I work at a hotel, and the extra used shampoo bottles were offered, and I took them home for free. I have a bike that I'll use outside of work. I have lived poor, frugal, and scrappy my whole life, yet this year has made me feel so wealthy since money I make goes towards my future savings, since I don't have to pay for rent thanks to my mom. I just feel so incredibly grateful for being debt-free. Hey, that's awesome. Crepuscular Queen. Girls in my class say they feel broke and say that nails are super expensive to get. I'm kind of in disbelief because why are you still getting nails when you feel broke? Yeah, it's total delusion. It's delusional. They are broke and they'll complain about the way things are, but they have manicures and pedicures and hair done every month that are not necessities. Sorry, they are luxuries. And it's crazy. Same thing with like car guys that have, V8 gas guzzler cars complain about like the way the economy is and stuff. And it's like, hello, you spend a fortune. All I'm trying to show here is that you can think savvy and find ways of saving money and investing, because that's at the end of the day, what's more important, your future. And being able, eventually you save up so much, you'll have passive income that will literally pay for your hair appointments all the time. You just have to be uncomfortable for a little bit, but nobody likes living uncomfortable. Nobody wants to give it up for just a little amount of time for a lifetime of pleasure. It's crazy.
If you can afford to spend upward to $800, $600, $1,000 on beauty maintenance per month, that's amazing. Good for you. I wish you many more blessings, and I love that. I'm talking to the girlies who just don't see that as a priority anymore. So for me, once I bought my house and I had big girl bills, and, I had to replace a furnace. I had to replace the AC unit. I had to replace just recently, a hot water tank in my house. Me spending $800, $700 on an install, including the bundles, doesn't make sense for me. Like, I'm just not going to do it. And I still look great. Like, I learned how to do my own nails. I did this full set. The link is in my bio for my Amazon storefront. The whole kit for Gel X nails. I did this at home. I constructed this wig. I took an old U-part wig and a closure that I forgot I bought. See, that's what I'm talking about. I was spending money and don't even know what I have. I made this wig. I installed it. I sewed it down.
Huh.
I didn't even know I could do that. I just watched a TikTok video on how to install your hair. I don't know, a tutorial. I just figured it out. Is it perfect? No, but I did get hella compliments today on my hair, so I'll take that, I think that when I think about how much money I've spent over the past few years on beauty maintenance, I kind of want to throw up, because that could have been, I don't know, I could have put that in the stock market.
Yep.
Like $800 times 24, like $800 a month for 2 years. That could have been the stock market. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could have had made money off that. So it's just more of like prioritizing your financial goals, and well, for me, my financial goals, and helping women realize like they don't have to spend that type of money to feel beautiful either. They can just learn these skills. Quick tutorial online, you can figure it out. I too didn't know how to do my nails, and I did not know how to do my wig either. Like, I just learned this. So yeah,
I love it because it's 100% true. And that was an excellent video. I'm glad she posted that, because you can learn a lot of this stuff yourself. You have the power of the internet, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I mean, there's so many social media platforms. YouTube was literally made for how-to videos, and it can teach you how to do it. And yes, like she said, it might not be perfect at first. It might not ever be perfect, but it's the difference between $20-$30 for a haircut the first time, and comparing it to a $200 treatment. That can be treated as a treat, an occasion, a luxury for a special event. But for day-to-day, normal daily use, you don't have to be perfect every day. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if you're in a big business or blah, 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 and, real estate, whatever, and then maybe you can consider it, a write-off or something like that towards your business if that's what you sell, you're an influencer. But for the vast majority of people, you don't need to be spending that much. She learned how to do her hair and her nails at home. Yeah, it's not perfect. My haircut's not going to be perfect, but it's the difference between a haircut that's free now and me paying $40 a month. That's $480 a year I get to save, put in my pocket, go invest in the market, spend it on a fancy dinner with my girlfriend, or go on a vacation. You know, there's ways to use that money now. And that's what I'm just trying to get you to think about.
Ever think about just how much money we as girls spend on our looks or just like maintaining our appearance? I've been thinking about this a lot lately because I've been wanting Botox for a really long time. I'm not even 25 yet, but I feel like I really notice these wrinkles on like the sides of my forehead. But Botox is one of the many annoying things that like once you start going, you need to consistently go to keep up with it. It's not like a go one time and you're good for the rest of your life. It's a you go once and you're committing to that cost for kind of the rest of your life. And I've just been thinking a lot about how there's so many of these procedures that are like recurring costs and are becoming the norm to get in your 20s. So I mapped out how much all of these kind of cost on an annual basis, and the total is kind of crazy. First, for hair, if you get highlights, lowlights, any type of color on your hair, I said that's about $300 on average, and you're going about 5 times a year. Nails are about $80 a session, and you're going about 17 times a year. That's on average 3 weeks apart. Pedicures, I assume that you go once a quarter at $80. Botox, I've never priced this out because I've never gotten Botox, but I said about $400 a session and 3 times a year. Filler, same thing. I don't really know the price of filler, but I assumed it's $800 a session at 2 times a year. Facials, if you're getting a facial once a quarter at $150 a facial. And then your eyebrows, there's a ton of different things you can do to your eyebrows. I went off of microblading because that's what I've gotten done to my eyebrows, and it's about once a year to get them done. Annual total for all of these procedures comes out to over $7,000. And I'm not here to say what you should and shouldn't do with your money. I do some of the things on this list, but when you think about it this way, I am definitely reconsidering Botox. Let me know what you would add to this list and if I'm forgetting anything.
I mean, it's just straight insanity. It's crazy. $7,000 to be allocating for that is crazy. Where do you get the money to do that? Otherwise, you got to be living paycheck to paycheck, because those prices are just going to keep going up, and or you're going into debt, like massive amounts of debt, because it just doesn't. I can't rationalize, if you have kids or something, to be able to afford that when that money could be better spent, in my opinion. That's all I'm going to say.
Women will actually spend about $250,000. The average woman will spend $250,000 on upkeep throughout her lifetime. And that is the tuition to go to Harvard. You can buy a house with that money.
Vivian, say that again.
The average woman spends about $250,000 on upkeep in her lifetime.
Now that lady's face.
Dude, what are we doing about our nails? I just left the nail salon and I only got a pedicure because I said the hell with getting both my hands and my toes. Like, my hands getting done is like special occasion now, like only if it's a special occasion. Okay, I got my nails done in November, and then I got my hands, and I got them done last month to go on a trip because it's just ridiculous. Let's play The Price is Right. How much did I pay for a shellac pedicure with the tip? $77.88. $77.88 for a damn pedicure. I need to know what the heck is. Like, what are we doing? Yes, did I get a little bit of a bougie pedicure? Kinda, if you consider the hot wax, the bougie, and then $15 extra for shellac. So what are we doing? Because I can't do it.
It's maintenance week, so you guys
That's
know
insane.
I'm about to spend some money. Come with me to all my appointments while I tell you how much I spent. First stop was getting these brows done. I booked an appointment with Kate at Wax. I was in desperate need of getting my eyebrows cleaned. Like, do you see how outgrown they are? I low-key like going with my eyebrows looking super bushy because then the result is just 10 times more better. For this appointment, I got an eyebrow tint.
Okay, more better is not, that's not a thing. More better. Like, let's work on that. No offense. 2, for a majority of the stuff that I just saw, please explain to me why that couldn't be done. If not the whole thing, why can't you do that at home and save several $100s? Just cut them and pluck them. Why can't you do that and save $100 a month?
Clean up. The shaping just eats every time, and she does not use concealer. This was $50. Use code CAST10 when booking for money off. Next on my list was getting my eyelashes done. I went to the Blink bar for the first time. I'm so proud of myself because I was on a lash break for like a whole month and a half, really channeling in my natural girl era, and I was slowly balding. Now my lashes are back and better than ever. This is my first time trying out this lash check, and I can actually say I'm obsessed.
Holy
Like,
cow.
they actually came out so cute, and this is a hybrid set. She actually has a December promo going on too, so this set was $110. No maintenance week is complete without getting my nails done. And you already know I'm at Rhina Nails. The fell nails had their time to live. They were cute. They were fun. They were extremely outgrown. For this set, I had no inspo. I was actually kind of boring. I literally just did a French tip. But sometimes simple is better. And I feel like it's too early to be doing Christmas nails. I love everything about this set, and it was $50. Plus tip, of course. The total for everything came out to $210.
Okay, ladies, how
Mad.
much do you guys spend on your monthly maintenance, such
Monthly matiense. Monthly matiense for women.
as eyebrows, lashes, nails, etc.? So for me, I stopped getting my lashes done a while back because I just didn't want to spend that much money. Yes, it's a luxury and it was getting too expensive. So instead, I decided to put that money aside and use it for my laser hair removal. I've been doing laser hair removal for the past year, full body, and I love it when I go back to shaving. So just with laser hair removal, it's like 3 to 4. No, not even. It was more. I don't know how much I spent because it's full body. I don't know. I have to look. But just for my nails, my monthly maintenance is for my nails. I get my toes and my nails. I want to say roughly easily over 100. I'm not exactly sure. It depends on what I get. Okay. And I get my eyebrows started every 2 weeks. That's $19, which is not bad. What else do I get? I think that's it. I'm not too sure. Like, I get other things, like I've gotten my lips done and I get facials, but not every month. So I don't know. How much do you guys spend a month on your maintenance?
It just all adds up. It all adds up so much. And it's just the fact that they are like recurring expenses is the part that's crazy to me. It's not like it's a one-time buy or you could spend a little bit more. Buy it nice or buy it twice. This is like buy it a million times because it's going to grow back is insane to me.
I want to talk about the hair industry.
It's because we can't afford to go anymore. Or at least not in the way that we used to go. Like for me, I used to get like a cut, color, like a dimensional. That would be about $300 with a 20% tip. And yeah, I believe that people should be paid for their time and their skills and everything like that. But I can't afford to do that every single time I go visit the hairstylist. And so now I do something called an express where I go in and she colors and then I just wear a bonnet home and wash it off. And still, that's like $80 every 4 to 6 weeks for my roots, which adds up because I also do that in tandem with getting a wax every 4 to 6 weeks. Those are things that I do that make me feel good about myself. But like that on top of groceries, on top of my rent, on top of my bills, on top of X, Y, and Z, it adds up. And it's just me that I'm taking care of. Like, I couldn't imagine being a parent right now, balancing all of the things that I just mentioned, but prioritizing my children's needs.
Yeah, something's got to go, and it's going to be all those luxuries. And she didn't mention once savings or retirement, and I feel like too many people rely on their job to put money away for a 401k. Guys, that's not a lot of money. It's not a lot of money at all. When you're 65, in 10, 20, 30, 40, however many years from now, it's not enough. You have to be saving now outside of your retirement and saving and investing outside if you plan to live even the slightest bit comfortable when you're older. Otherwise, you're going to be on the street or you're going to be working, in a supermarket when you're 80. That's the reality of it here. So you have to prioritize. Was it worth spending all that money on your nails and hair and all that stuff versus investing some? Now, don't get me wrong. If it's a drop in the bucket and you can invest and save while also affording those luxuries, heck yeah, more power to you. But I haven't heard once from a lot of these people who are doing both. They don't have savings or retirement at all in that list of things that they are prioritizing.
And there's just no turning back when your heart's under attack.
My Roman Empire is wondering morning, noon, and night what it must be like to go through life looking like that. Imagine making a video of yourself lip syncing in your bathroom, just wearing, a nice dress, nice makeup, and it gets over 1 million views, and it has over 1 million likes, and there are 2,000 people in the comments telling you how much of a goddess you are. And obviously this is no hate at all to this person at all. I would do unspeakable things to look like her. I can't even tell you. I would sell... No. I would not sell... Oh my God. I would not sell my dog. That was the worst intrusive thought I've ever had. But do you know what I mean though? Like, I think about all the time how comforting it must be to just know that you're beautiful. I've never had a day where I haven't questioned if I'm pretty or not. I will never know peace. It's a curse. And I'm just so tired of feeling...
You know what the crazy thing is? As I would almost bet that even that girl who she's comparing herself to, that girl probably then thinks, oh, I wish I looked like Kim Kardashian. You know what I'm saying? And then there are people that would say about her, I wish I looked like you. I wish I looked like her. So it's always like that.
Like, because I don't look like that I'm ugly. That guys don't want me because I don't look like that. Like, why couldn't it have been me? Like, why could that have not been me? Like, why? Well, guess I gotta go unpack this in therapy again. My God, Jackson, I'm never gonna sell you, I promise.
Yeah, that's how it is, and it's how it's always going to be, and it's only just going to continue to evolve, that men focus on women's physical features and attractiveness as a form of currency. I want to know your guys' feedback and opinion on this whole beauty standard, as well as the high-maintenance beauty stuff, tips and tricks to saving money. And if you haven't already seen my video on catching beauty influencers lying, then definitely make sure to check it out right after this. Otherwise, smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe. I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.